Welcome to the best of Hindsight Tonight. I'm Damian Muziani, and here is this week's theme. Enjoy. Leading off, if you enjoy classic Italian cuisine, might I suggest trying the 1st century scallopini. Archaeologists in Pompeii, Italy have uncovered the biblical equivalent of a taco truck among perfectly preserved remains ashed over during the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. The frescoed food shop included a still intact picture menu from which citizens could order items like chicken and even hot dogs. Well, sort of. Clearly, dogs were listed on the menu. You see that? One can only hope that proper health codes were followed. I mean, dogs are man's best tasting friend, after all. So the one animal that could have sensed the rumbling under the volcano and then warned humans about, well, those Vesuvians ate them for lunch. A Georgia State research team used new research technology to hack into gene activity in hamsters. The goal was to turn off vasopressin production to make the rodents calmer and less aggressive. Well, wouldn't you know it, the exact opposite thing happened, and the genetically altered hamsters became aggressive and violent with each other. Just because you're a man who hacks genes doesn't make you Gene Hackman. This is literally how every zombie movie begins, with some experiment in some secret lab, a bunch of goofballs in white coats playing God, and the next thing you know, you can't have pets anymore unless they're kept like Rhino in that Bolton movie. One of them escapes, bites a human, and then you have a zombie COVID apocalypse on your hands. One minute you're a mild-mannered, cultured business person, the next minute you become a crazy soccer fan. Earlier this month, the U.S. Department of Transportation announced that it is revising the Air Carrier Access Act to cut down on flyers bringing their pets onto airlines as purported support animals. I'm not talking about the refined and sophisticated house cat. That's a classy world traveler right there. I'm talking about the person who tried to bring a live peacock onto his flight. This guy was clearly an executive from NBC. Or how about this woman? This is Ronice Froze, who booked a first-class seat for her and her support miniature horse, Fred. If you couldn't tell, Fred is a big fan of the movie Nacho Libre. Civil workers are now available. It turns out that pot-smelling German shepherds are now out of work, with so many states legalizing marijuana. Sources say that the dogs can't be retrained to find bombs or heroin because it can create reasonable doubt in a court of law. So now these poor pups have to live out their days as domestic heralds, only barking when Cheech and Chong drops by to visit. I say bring them all to the Pentagon UFO briefing in Washington. Give these animals a chance to properly detect bullshit. And that's your news. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week with Fresh Hindsight.